Hey everyone, I'm here with a new video. This is a game review. It's actually a game I play. It's a teaching game I played maybe a week ago or so. I'm white. This was played on OGS. My account on OGS is like terrible. I used to play on it when I was at work, so I lost a lot of games on time and stuff. So my account sucks. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. Anyway, it's a teaching game I played with a friend. He likes to play on OGS, so we play on OGS. They're black, I'm white. Yeah, let's get into it. It's a pretty simple game. He likes to play these 3 points and stuff, so yeah, that's kind of normal. I'm not sure if I actually like Q6. After the game, I thought maybe the Kosume is better because it keeps more presence on the bottom side, which means that it even more severely reduces C3. At the time I thought maybe I don't need to be that severe, but maybe it's a little bit more stable. But at this point I think this move is not so good. This kind of move says that you're trying to develop a moyo type of shape with the bottom. I think it would be more efficient for black to stick with the speed. Like black playing a 3-3 and a 4-4 point tends to emphasize a speedy opening. So an approach here or a extension here might be a bit better. Black can always handle this kind of fighting with not too much worry. So yeah, I don't know. I thought black should go for that. But black played here, and I was quite happy to get my enclosure. At this point, we see that this start point is quite getting a little bit hard to use because white's pointing in both directions at it. So black really needs to play on the right side somewhere. And black approached. This is quite normal. I want to defend my shape. If black attaches in the corner or slides here, let's just do it here, then my whole group can come under attack. So I just played very solid, defending my shape. And then black jumped. I think this move's a little weird. I think black probably should enclose this corner here or here, treating this exchange as a forcing exchange, because this is much more balanced. When you play this jump and I come in, now there's a liability that this group could be separated because it's not directly connected to M4. And if you pincer, which black didn't do, but if you do pincer, you run the risk of becoming really over concentrated, right? Like this jump is not so great. Like you're surrounding 3 spaces. It's not too big. So that's not great. But when black backs off and I extend, now black has to worry about me cutting and isolating these 2 stones, and for black to spend a move to connect, which is proper to defend them. And if I then maybe this strength though that black invested many stones in is not very efficient, right? If I just make, let's say something even simpler, I make a group down here, it's not clear whether these stones are really getting very much for black. I'm doing a lot of work. So I don't like this jump. I think it's a little bit questionable. Black leans. I'm not entirely sure why. Usually you play this way if you want to build a moyo, right? Like this. But I don't know where the moyo is, like this wall. I guess I could just, even, it looks weird. Tengen is okay, but even if I just make an extension here or something, quite normal, it's hard to develop this. I could even jump up here, break through, and you notice that if black plays somewhere else, this whole right side could be in danger a bit. I played this way because I thought it was a bit simpler and I had a strategy for getting sente, but honestly, either way I think would have been fine for the most part. Black extends, defending the liberties. I could jump, that would be normal. Black might defend. My group is kind of weak. It's not super weak, but it's not alive. So jumping would be okay. But I didn't like this flow because I felt that black just defended. I'm not sure I could profitably attack this group directly. So I wanted to make this leading exchange, but this might be questionable too. But I wanted sente. I could always play this ko, so I'm not really too worried about this shape. In the future, I could also hana it and play a ko if black really wants to deal with it. So I wasn't too worried about this. And I do always have this jump in reserve, but now that I'm looking at it, it has been like a week. I think that this jump might be better. Yeah, it might be better for me. I play this exchange because I'm kind of probing. The left and the bottom side are both big. The bottom is big because this group is strong, but you know the development potential is reduced, and there's a jump here, which means I could lead to a splitting attack. But the left's big because I have an enclosure here. So I played the shoulder hit, probing which side black wanted, and then just taking the other side. I played low because basically if black follows up here, this is not going to get undercut, and so I could treat these as light. And it makes a very territorial framework. I felt like the center was actually not too big because of these weaknesses and the jump potential here and the forcing moves in the bottom left. Black follows up here. This is locally a good move, but I honestly would prefer, well, this move is still very critical, but it's a little bit annoying for black now, because after this the influence is not very useful. So alternatively, I thought black maybe should play here. Something that connects the stones a little bit more, and maybe later you could attack this on a much larger scale, or make a probe, right? This way, black reduces the upper left, or attach, and this way, black can attack it on a large scale. This one makes it pretty easy for me to give up these stones because it's a small scale. So I just come in. At this point, I think the game's really hard for black. Like, I don't think black has many points. So as long as I just settle myself, I feel pretty fine. And most of my groups are all pretty strong. This is but there's also room to jump out. I have a push here, so it's like pretty strong. So I just come in. Black insists that I should save these stones, but again, it's pretty small for me. And I make this jump. It's not really a splitting attack. I mean, it is threatening this group, but it's more to get black to defend this bottom group, which will create a good flow for me to handle my K3 stone. I want to create a sort of momentum, like a natural flow. So black defends, then I can attach here, sacrificing the 2 stones to make shape. This is pretty normal. Just pushing and making shape. Atari once. And this extension, it might look a little weird, but if I play like here, then this becomes a very annoying point because of the cut. And if I push, then the cut is still here. And I didn't want to play here because, I didn't want to play this one because if black cuts, then I don't have a good shape move. Like, this seems really stupid. So this one's okay. If black cuts here, I feel more comfortable making this shape since black can extend. But this feels like it's, well, not just feels, it literally helps me get out better than the tiger's mouth shape. It also is a little bit better for eye shape. Black kicked though, so I was really happy to be able to defend and make myself alive. And if we just do a quick count now, black basically has this space, but there's still some endgame here, and the upper right. And this, it's maybe a few points, but there's still a lot of endgame potential here that white could play. Comparison, white has the upper left. This is actually quite substantial. This is decently big, and there's still a potential here for points, and Komi. So, white has a pretty good position. Yeah, also this group's not completely alive, so black added a move to reinforce it. Avoiding the splitting attack, and then I just attached here to make use of the Aji before black could, I think black probably should have counter-attacked here. I still can play this way to kind of like make Sabaki, but at least it ruins the potential on the left. It does run the risk, you know, later there's a counter-attack here. But I think this is a little too safe. I'm pretty happy to do this. Nice big chunk of territory, nice alive group. Descend, this is Sente, these are just endgame moves. And then black attacks, that's fine. I don't even make the Ko shape because I'm ahead. And now I'm just kind of wrapping up the game. My group down here is alive, although at this point I actually think I made a mistake. I think I should have made this peep first. Because now black can make this peep, which is quite annoying. And now I might be in a little bit of trouble. Whereas if I make this peep first, which I did in the game after this, so I'll just jump to there. Then black doesn't have the peep at k5, so it's a little bit easier for me to handle. Like, if black comes here, I can push down here. And now, even if this happens, black has this defend, so that can happen. Black goes down, maybe. It doesn't really matter. I have enough eye space to be okay. Black, this move is quite interesting by black. Black's trying to expand. But in this kind of case, you notice that my points, even if I just get this or not even that, my groups are all basically alive. Black's alive here too, but if I just trade points, I'm still ahead on points on the rest of the board. So I went for a strategy of mutual destruction, just where we just reduce each other. Sounds much more impressive than it is. Black got a nice top side. I made a little bit of a sacrifice here to take advantage of the shortage of liberties in the corner on the top. I had assumed, I don't remember what I was reading, but I kind of assumed if black gets the top, I would have eventually come back here to defend and go to the left. If you just look at it, I think white has quite enough points. But because of the shortage of liberties, I was able to play like this and kill the upper right. At which point black is desperate to kill my center group because otherwise black can't win, and that's not going to happen. It turns into ko, but it's not really a ko. Yeah. And pretty clean, simple game. Very easy, or not easy, but like really relatively simple. Black made most of the mistakes in the opening, so for me it was at this stage fairly over, and most of the game was just maintaining that lead by playing solidly. That's the best way to maintain a lead. Play solidly, don't get greedy. A lot of games are lost because you get greedy. At lower levels, it's even a lot of games are lost because people get aren't counting. So this is like they feel behind when they're not, or they feel really behind when they're just a little bit behind. And so that kind of misjudgment is very easy to make. But I think the early direction mistakes on the right and trying to eat these on a small scale, I think that really put black behind. And then, yeah, this jump is a little bit questionable. And even really, like, this is super minute, but I think that this backing off might be better to stick with your original speedy strategy. Okay, I hope you learned something if you're in this range. Mongorians, he's 5Q, but he often... This is OGS 5Q, so OGS tends to be one of the harder servers. And he's a decently, like, pretty decent player. I've seen him take games off KGS 1 before. And he's pretty good. I honestly like playing him because he has he tends to have fairly good fighting strength. So yeah, I'm glad he played the teaching game with me. I think he got something out of it, and I hope other people can enjoy the game he played. So yeah, and thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I would appreciate if you continue to like and watch my other videos. Thank you.